Good evening, traders. Welcome to the kind of crypto meltdown stream. Bitcoin's down $4,500 today. We're in power hour. We have less than an hour till the daily close, and it will be the lowest daily candle close of 2026. That is upon us unless some miracle happens and some bids come in, but it's been pretty nasty today. But it's not Bitcoin's fault, man. Look what the equities have done. Tesla and Nvidia and Apple today also, they all got wrecked. We'll look at them. And the main culprit were the Japanese yields. Japanese 10-year yield specifically, that is up over 7%. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that before. So that should be looked at. I wonder if it's going to continue. Gold and silver, highest daily candle closes ever on top of record intraday records. So there are alarm bells going off everywhere. So it was quite the day for that. So we'll get into it. I got my chain on, right? Anytime silver makes an all-time high, the chain's on, man. And now because gold all-time highs, got the gold chain on too. So it's a double whammy. It's been all silver until today. Gold doing things hardcore. All right. Sorry, man, my back's effed. So I'm gonna try to like somehow, maybe that my back's effed because I've been sitting in this bar chair for my streams instead of my Herman Miller. I'm gonna have to get the thing in here. All right. Good to see y'all. Here's Bitcoin. Just starting off the stream. 4 hour above your head. We got multiple angles, time scales of wreckage. And as you can see, what I was talking about, you have not intraday made the lowest price of 2026, but traders it looks like they're going to settle up at the lowest price since December 31st. And the structure here, right? Trying to make sense of the structure with anchor points 3 on the top, 2 on the bottom. They're breaking it. They were testing it earlier, tweeted about it, pinged you in the Discord about it, but now it's like you're getting a cleaner break. So risk off is continuing to off after Wall Street closed. You had $1.3 trillion of market cap wiped out on Wall Street. So, but come on, man, let's be real. Go back last Friday, Thursday, Friday, maybe even Wednesday. Looking at the index funds, there was only really one conclusion to draw. And it was, you cannot trust what's happening. Whether it's the NASDAQ, where they just could not break that level. They kept failing, 22,700, 22,800. Bearish price action correlation. I broke it down piece by piece on Friday for you. And lo and behold, the weekend came. And then, yeah, Trump, tariff stuff, EU, Greenland, all that has seems like it's maybe catalyzed a drawdown, but you don't really know because all you got to do is look at this chart, the 40-year yield, not the 10-year yield. I said earlier, my bad. 40-year yield is just, it's so kind of scary, man. I mean, it's up 7.3%, highest level since the 1990s. This chart doesn't show all the data, but there were times, I think, when you were 4.2%. So this the great unwind, cheap debt not available anymore, and so Bank of Japan intervention seems like it's gonna have to happen soon. Very bad here, but it's not just like the yields in Japan. It's also like in the U.S. Bonds, right? The yields in the U.S. are also rallying, but the TLT, right, the 20-year Treasury bond, just no bids. No one wants it. More of the same. The crap here, man. Right? The $88 level, $87 projected again. And now you're in a place where there's just nothing, no liquidity really. Like maybe one support from 07, but typically, you know, it's straight up, straight down, $81.50 to $83. Not a good spot on bonds. Bonds not the place for, I mean, clearly it's just not a place for your money. If people buy it for the income, I get it, but this is like market environment. We should be having bonds go higher, but they're not. So it's like you've got, if you could imagine if the US maybe is doing the Greenland thing, and you have the European Union that's like getting upset about it. I don't know why they would. They don't even defend their own borders, but we're not even going to go into that. They're getting invaded by a bunch of third world migrants voluntarily. It's all like part of a plan over there, what they're doing, but they're all upset about Greenland in the US, and okay, they're threatening to like offload US assets, which they own, I think, over $3 trillion worth of US bonds. So, and you know, China, they've been offloading their US bonds. They're constantly at their lowest level of US bond ownership since 2008. So the only people buying bonds right now maybe is our own Federal Reserve or something. You know, it's not great. And so where is all this money that maybe should be going in bonds in times of uncertainty? Where is it going? Right here. Gold, man. That's it. All-time highs on gold. Jesus chimes on gold. What more could you ask for? It's beautiful. It's the inverse of all this crap. Any crypto, you name it, destroyed. Monero, blown the F out. Down double-digit percentage points today. All the entire gainage lost. So you thought, oh, Monero is the safe haven because of my privacy. No, it was actually just a kind of pump and dump. Wow, go figure, right? Just another scam. Just another way to scam you. Crypto equals scam, dude. Like, hey, oh, I'm going to put my money, and you've been rug pulled. Before you can even say you're going to put your money in, you've already been rug pulled. That's pretty much what crypto is now. It's insane. So here we are. It looks like a super cycle, a metals super cycle, commodity super cycle. Remember what a super cycle is, where people begin to use these commodities as collateral for the world economy versus debt, high-flying tech stocks, money printer. Okay, these are real assets, hard assets. They can't print more of this stuff. They can mine more, but that takes time, a lot of time. And something for silver, it's a big deal. Like gold, there's not really a structural deficit. And the thing with gold is it's not something that's like used where, whoa, man, we need more gold for our product. It's not really like that. All this stuff just sits in vaults. It's true store value. But silver is a different beast completely, where people, I mean, industries have to use it. Military components, electric vehicles, solar panels. The craziest stat for me is 3 years ago, the component, I guess like the cost for a solar panel company, what it would cost them, 3% of the actual solar panel worth of silver. And now the cost for their solar panel, it requires 34% of all their costs are coming from silver now, because the more efficient a solar panel becomes, the more silver in conductivity it needs. So, and now you have the EV batteries, cell phones, semiconductors, bro, you name it, there's silver needed. And that's just not the same with gold. And there are not like devoted silver mines really out there. Like if you know about silver, it is typically mined from galena, another metal, and then it has to be like pulled out of the galena, that and the lead and stuff, refined. So, and no one's been investing in mines when they could have. Now they can't now. So what does that mean? Like these inelastic buyers have to buy at crazy high prices, crazy high premiums. It doesn't matter what price silver's trading at, they will buy it at $120, because if they don't, they will go bankrupt. They will get sued into oblivion. Everything will collapse for their company. So Now you're just, so you have a kind of different world between silver and gold. Like you have a safe haven on gold where, man, there's so much uncertainty. People are losing faith in the US dollars, the world reserve currency. That's the gold situation. And silver, it's a completely industrial thing. But also at the same time, people do utilize silver as a store of value, right? And retail, it's not, none of this really, this move has nothing to do with retail. That's what's crazy. And something else insane happened on silver. It fell below 50 to 1 on the GSR today, the gold silver ratio. And that's like a big psychological thing. So you'll want to be paying attention to that. If they can keep, if the GSR stays below 50, it's some sort of like psychological breakdown, which could further catalyze the GSR selling off, where that means like silver could continue to outperform gold, even with what gold did yesterday. Another thing that's crazy is now, as of like today, silver's market cap is about $1 trillion higher than Nvidia. When we were just celebrating for the first time, silver has a higher market cap than Nvidia. And now it's $1 trillion higher. There's massive amounts of money that's been flooding into this asset. It is crazy to see, man. So, and you still have about a $9.50 spread from Western silver prices, paper, to physical silver prices in China. So you got to wonder, with that huge spread that we've had, this huge spread for over a month now, it's continued to widen. It actually shrunk. It got to like $12, $13 last week and has finally caught up some. It's kind of tamed out, but still a $9.50 spread is absurd. So we'll continue to monitor the situation, chat. Okay.
Just close the fucking door. Close the door.
All right. Got alerts set up. We start doing things. You know what happens, man. Around this time, we've been live, starting to become night out, Miami. Things start getting nuts in metals. They start ripping and roaring in Asia. So we'll pay attention to it. Real quick, I know we just want to like do the positive first. We look at Bitcoin, but gold and silver, come on, man. That's crazy. That's like really, there used to be memes. I don't know if you remember, like if you were a market participant for real, there used to be memes where like, oh man, equities and Bitcoin dumped and gold would dump. Equities and Bitcoin would pump and gold would dump. Equities and Bitcoin would be sideways and gold would dump. There used to be a time where it was always like weird like that, where gold just never played the role of the ancient prophecy of it is the store of value. It is the safe haven asset that will outperform and run when bad things happen on the risk on markets, when people risk off. It was never happening. And now it's just crazy to see today. Like, whoa, it's happening. All-time highs on silver and gold. And then everything else was like nuking. So yeah, pretty cool. Then you had platinum, that as we were discussing, this $2,450 to $2,300 level. My God, dude, it maybe is reaccumulation. You don't know for certain, right? But you can see this is the 2008 inflection zone, man. The old all-time high. Like that's it. We're just gonna keep looking at it every day. Like they are still correlating positively to that level. Is it real? I think you would, to confirm it, you would probably want to see a clean break above 25.18, which would be all-time highs. Everyone should have their alerts set up there. I don't have any of mine. I guess they all triggered. But just another asset that, like, given what silver and gold has done, platinum's done nothing. Like, yeah, what a run, man. What a breakout and a back test the breakout. How awesome, but like, if you're talking about separation from previous discernible old all-time highs to swing lows, it's done nothing compared to what silver and gold have done. All right. What I'm saying is, like, platinum, if it really starts to pull a silver, pull a gold, you're looking at $2,700 plus, $2,900. Gold me ratio, $3,200. So this is like, you want to continue paying attention to this. It is in no way a value proposition. You're paying record premium, but you might be paying record premium on an asset that has tremendous amounts of positive momentum behind it. And as you saw with silver, oh, hey, look, dude, I'm eating turkey. It's Thanksgiving. I'm hanging out with my family talking about how garbage crypto is. Remember 1010? Remember how $20 billion look, and all of a sudden it's the 20th. It's 2 months later and silver is up 90%. 90%. Remember, second largest market cap asset in the world now. Goes up 90% in 2 months. In what world is that not absolutely crazy? So what I'm saying is, this is an asset in the exact same market as that asset that just did what it did. So this could play violent amounts of catch up. So you want to be paying attention to platinum, chat. That's all I'm saying. Palladium, same stuff, right? They defended. It's not an all-time high or anything. It is a major inflection point in 1821, 1850. They held it again. They bullish engulfed. And they retested once more, and they gave us follow through. So I wonder if this is real. Even if it's not real, even if it's, even if the metals need to pull back and cool off, it is a dollar cost situation on palladium no matter what happens, whether it's here or it's coming back down to 1660 or 1583. They're all like interesting and good entries or DCAs. Well. Silver alert going off. It just flipped positive on the day. The first of the metals to do it. Mother of God, chat. Again, so the silver story is the most fascinating thing I've ever covered in 17 years. I guess 18 years now of like being a participant in financial markets. Okay. By far. I mean, what was maybe close to it might have been like Bitcoin in 2017 from going, from like seeing it at $100, $200 to $20,000. That was insane, but that was all speculative, mania, retail, crypto bro hype, ICO boom. That was not the same. So that's why I'm saying nothing can even compare to silver right now, because it's a structural deficit, inelastic buyers, and it's got that flavor of store value too. So anyway, the palladium and platinum, all I can do is tell you day after day, they have not done anything what silver and gold have done, and they could be poised to do that. So you could allocate properly, appropriately. Dollar cost average, bro. If it's not now, it might be at 1583 again, but it almost looks like the way they're correlating to this level. If it holds here and goes to $2,000+, if it goes to multi-year highs from here, do not be surprised. You have a bullish hammer right here and a bullish engulfing candle, and it's all at a key level. All right, whatever, man. If you're out there, you're enjoying the stream, we've just been metal bros, okay? Hit the like button, the bell, the sub. Hit the like button, the bell, the sub. Thanks so much for being here. We got Metal Mania. We got the crypto market melting down. We got a bunch of scams, scamming. We got risk on, risking off. Mr. Miyagi. Mr. Misagi. Yeah, hit the like button or be destroyed. Thank you. All right. Yeah, we can look at copper too. Copper is more of a technically not a good spot, right? Silver's not really on the 4 hour, right? Technically a good spot. It's just not. Like 1618. Bearish divergence like crazy. At the top of the channel, overbought, like, but fundamentally different. So an analyst would, like I said in the Patreon, an analyst would look at silver on the 4 hour and just assume, oh yeah, like it would be the least surprising thing in the universe if silver pulled back here, but it hasn't yet. It's still 94.60. So copper in that same situation where like for risk management, impossible up here. It's like you would want a nice pullback and put in a higher low and maybe have a structure develop or something. But what happens if it doesn't come? It's so crazy. that's what's insane to me. Sorry, I have like a repeating alert. Well, one sec. Let me get rid of that. Oh my, look at are you kidding? What are they about to do on silver tonight? What? Let me make sure we're all good. The heck, man. Yeah, it's like if you want it every time on your alerts, it'll just default do that. So okay. So anyway, yeah, just looking at them. Rare earth strategic metals. Unfortunately, like the non-precious, I don't know. It was like rare earth strategic metals probably got a little drowned out due to global liquidity pulling back, you know, the risk off situation. I think URA did the same thing. URA last night was up 5+%. And because of the sell-off today on the collective markets, it closed down. But whatever, and almost nothing burger. But yeah. So REMX, same thing. I think gold just hit an all-time high. Oh my God. What gold all-time high, chat. Are you? Jesus chimes. 4772, first time in human civilization. Come on. Remember aliens came back in 5000 BC and silver or gold was not at this price? Yeah, I remember, dude. Good Lord. All right. Sorry, dude. What do you mean to do? Like, oh, yeah, I'm just going to not look at all-time highs on this asset. This is where the animal spirits are. That's what we do. We go where the money is. We don't just be like obsessed with Pundy coin and Dogecoin just because. Like, you're out of your effing mind. You're not in it for the money. We're into these markets for the money. We love TA, right? We love it, but we love trends, and we know trends. And you know what crypto's trend has been in for many months now, and it has not been good. So it's like, why would we give a crap about a downtrending asset in an intermediate bearish consolidation structure that is now breaking while the stock market finally corrects where it was overdue for a pullback? So, okay. Let me just real quick go to the S&P real quick. It was beautiful, man. Come on. Smelled a rat. What's it doing at the 1618 with the triple bearish divergence on the MACD histogram? Give me a break, dude. It was like implying lower prices. And we got them, and we might get them even lower, and that will be great. We need it. Look, man, when assets are just like showing us local, slightly higher high joke patterns, rising wedges on the 4-hour, like there is just no opportunity for us. So you just like say, okay, I'll just maybe be in metals until like maybe a wonderful retrace occurs. And a bullish dragon or bullish divergence on the daily occurs. Remember, we had bullish divergence in April last year at the bottom. There was bullish divergence, man. So, you know, I just here like 67 minimum. And from there, I don't think we have any sort of structure. Unfortunately, it just like you look at the Mag 7, they're not really showing anything promising, like impending reversals. So just let it cool off. Let us continue to pull back, so we can buy at lower levels. NASDAQ was beautiful. In terms of TA respect, broke it down candle by candle last week. Candle by candle, including the one right here where we talked about the demand line that flipped to a supply line. And lo and behold, gap down, market down. Okay, silver just and gold, they're just continuing to climb. We got an all-time high on gold right now. It's crazy. So NASDAQ up 0.04% today, but that is just an educational moment. Failure, failure, failure. And never able to rival the all-time high from October. Never. That means something. So, and you did see your lowest price of 2026 today. So there you go, man. All right. It's really bad news, man. If you are a crypto bro, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin's not crypto. Bitcoin is Bitcoin. But if you're a crypto bro, I have really bad news for you. It's bad. It's very bad. And now you got Ethereum. Ethereum, just, it's very ugly. You know, if you anchor 1 and 2 on the bottom, 1 on the top, you can see the heartline respect here 1 and 2 times. It's pretty cool. And they couldn't break it. It was so weak, and that is a lack of demand. That they failed again to even see 35.20, 35.80, much less made a lower high than the intraday high we saw December 10th. And now look at this like meltdown, and you do not want to lose 2,900, man. You don't. Like, you're looking for 2,400, 2,000, low 2,000s if this really starts going. Who is gonna? I mean, Tom Lee, didn't he buy some? He bought like 110 million today of Ethereum. Look what that did. The market hated it. It's down 8% now. Tom Lee's already he's already down like $4 billion plus. So him buying, right, dollar cost average, and then we see 2K. It would be like so poetic or whatever. You just never had a trend. And I know it was like, hey, dude, they're holding at the harmonic optimum price and they're correlating positively for now, but like it's not. It's like, okay, they do that and then they rally it, and so what did you get? You just got pathetic, like failed attempts to ever test the December high or the next inflection point, and that's just indication of still a lot of weakness on this market. Momentum in the hands of the sellers. Look at your daily RSI here, falling into the bearish control zone for the first time since December 18th. So we got in 1 month. And you go any lower, you're looking for the lowest relative strength reading since the beginning of December. So that's not a good sign right now. I mean, just, it's not what you want to see. I'm sorry. I'm talking to aliens. Are you the alien, dude? We do have a couple aliens in the chat from the, what was it? I can't remember which star system they came from, but they're in here. They're in the chat. Can you give me a big shout out to the aliens from the, I think the Vega system? Not too far away, only a couple light years, but they're here. They're watching. They've tipped space credits to me before, so I do have space credits. But like, don't tell anyone about that. Thank you. Here's silver. I just, my alert kept going off. It was the wrong. It was every time. It wasn't a one timer. So we can go to XRP. The worst. I mean, maybe not now, because yeah, it's not the worst because Ethereum's so bad, but technically, like, at least Ethereum's still kind of hanging in that zone, that support zone. XRP, man, bro, it's very bad. It's Vincent.
Chappelle 7432 super chat.
Let's go, dude.
$50.30. Hey Mitch, can you look at PBR on the NYSE, weekly and daily? Thanks a lot, man.
Yeah, we'll look at Pabst Blue Ribbon. Vincent, thank you so much for the. Thanks so much. I think that's the first contribution of the live stream. 30 minutes in, 34 minutes in. Thank you so much for that, Vincent. We were going for a record. Okay. I don't think we've ever had a stream where there was 0 support, but you saved us, man. Thank you, dude. So I'll just tell you, dude, with XRP below 190, it's just like, hang on to your butts. I mean, that was a short squeeze. That was a, hey man, there were people that were strategically short here and they got stopped out. They had to cover their short. And they pushed this price up. There wasn't really rhyme or reason to this rally. 241.
My Silver Shaman, can we look at STLA on the daily?
Hey, Chris Nelson, man. Thanks so much, dude. We look at your asset for you. Of course, dude. The answer is yes. I was a shaman for many, many years, okay? If you don't know, I was a shaman. I was a restoration shaman, okay? I, threw out many, many thousands of chain heals, lesser healing waves, riptides, earth shields. Many totems were laid. So you're right about that, dude. I was a shaman. If you know, you know. Force strength, force damn leather belt. Okay. XRP, I just buckle up. It's very scary down here. you might just want to be saying 80 cents falling into the bearish control zone for the first time since December 31st. It was gross, man. I mean, this is, oh, we're at 74, and now days later we're at 38. Not good market behavior. Negative momentum, just building and building. Highest level of negative momentum since late November. There's just nothing about it right now that screams time to buy. Not yet. There would have to be some really positive price action soon in the coming days. Something would have to change a lot. So, but we'll continue to monitor the situation. Solana, it's ugly, man. I mean, it's like kind of a range bound. It was just kind of, oh, it was a flag, but man, maybe it's just sideways and they up thrusted through it. And now you're just heading on the way back down. And it's like, you're starting to get in dangerous territory again. Like, where do you want to mess with it right now? I wouldn't. I mean, I don't know why, when there's palladium and platinum that exists, I just don't know why you're risking your money on these coins. Also, the negative momentum is beginning to build for the first time since Christmas. The relative strength index in lockstep with the other coins has fallen into the bearish control zone. First time since December 26th. Silver hitting a high of day right there. Not too far away from all-time highs. And it's just more like, man, you just wanted more. If they can hold it and pivot here, we put in a higher low. All right, but until then, you got to be really cautious. So you look at the weekly here, the weekly, that is some ugly, dude. Okay, I'll tell you right now, this is the worst thing you could ever dreamed of. Can anyone tell me what Japanese candlestick pattern this is? The cursor, the arrow I have pointed. I'm going to give y'all a minute, okay? Let me see if you did your homework. Let me see if you've been studying, investing in yourself. Let's see what you got, man. I mean, because this is, and then it's not just the candle, it's this week's price action after the candle. That is what's making this so scary. That's where it's like, who in their right mind would own Solana at all right now? You got to be like a masochist. If you care about technicals and trends, you're a masochist owning Solana, looking at what I'm pointing to right now. Jesus. See what y'all got, man. I mean, it is so perfect too. Like, it is like the most perfect of perfect structure, or not structure, excuse me, patterns. We got some answers coming in, dude. My back just hurting really bad. Wall Street Mafia, rip your friend. Rip him so hard. Oh, so who was first? Literally first was like kind of Erler. Colombian Connection was certainly first with the right answer. Buddha Fan, that was close. Falling Star Meteor Death Candle. Yeah, I'll accept it. Yeah, I think Steve Neeson would be okay with that answer. Yeah. Sam T, Shooting Galaxy, not quite, dude. We need like 10 more candles for that unknown pattern. Okay, well, pretty pathetic. I thought we'd have more answers, but my God, that just shows how dead this market is. Yeah, I had like 5 people answer. Pathetic, dude. Like, what do you want? Like, this is a live stream, chat. This is not a static video. You get 10 trillion of them when this stream ends, okay? So it's like, hey, if I like ask a question, it's like good to participate. You can say chicken tendies. You can say Leroy Jenkins. You can say whatever you want. You don't have to answer. Just engage with me. Because it's a live stream. Okay. Jim Cramer's not talking to you. Well, I guess he's talking to the people on the phone saying booyah. But, you know, when he talks to them, their stock collapses. And he did say yesterday, right? He said something about buying. It's a good time to buy and, of course, do the thing. And the market rolled over. So you just very, like, it could get 5 days to go. And you're like poised to be looking for your lowest candle close since March of last year. Almost a year low. So Wits, man.
At Wits97 super chatted $49.99. I don't think so, Vincent.
Uh-oh, Vincent, man.
I have some evidence Man Bear Pig could be in this area.
Uh-oh, Vincent was the weekly top super. He was. And then Wits came in and said, not so fast, my friend. He pulled a Lee Corso. Thank you, dude. Thank you for defending your throne. We'll see if Vincent, what he's going to do, man. All right. Thanks again, y'all. You're amazing. So those are your bigger cryptos. And it's just like general consensus. Not good, man. Or very bad, boys. Very bad. I don't even have a sound clip on that crap. So, okay. We can look at some of these. Like, I want to show you, like, you got to see them, man. The Mag 7s real quick. Just like, so I can make sure you're not like doing something you probably shouldn't. Like, look, this is not good. I mean, Nvidia down over 4% today. My God, this weekly. A demand line would take you to 174 here. The bearish divergence is still kind of playing out. A lower high coming in. It's almost like a big head and shoulders. Definitely looks like not great right now. Daily doesn't look good either. Back below that 183.40 level. That was a nasty gap down. And you are closing in. They're going to be testing the threshold of the bearish control zone soon. And it's already the lowest level since the 18th of December. So it could be a long way down. I mean, you're looking like 170 to 165, horizontally speaking. Not great, man. That's not what you wanted to see. Maybe they'll fill the gap and hope can be restored, but that was a really nasty candle today. Tesla also nasty, dude. Like they were holding a demand line and it's gone. Like huge red candle down over 4% and nearing a key level where you really got to see the macro improve. It's like a time to start monitoring the situation on Tesla because you're approaching horizontal line support resistances from history, and you're approaching some local deeper retraces from this low to high. You could be looking at an 88% retrace around 400, but it'd be monitoring. We need to start seeing positive price action correlate here. Start seeing some bullish engulfing candles, some really nice reversals and recapturing, or if they lose it, they recapture it, they reconfirm it. That's the type of stuff you'd want to see. So you still monitor, we're monitoring it, and we're waiting to see how the price will correlate when or if it gets to test these levels. It might even be overshot. So losing the demand line that takes you all the way back to April of last year. Not great, man. That sucks. We just saw an all-time high last month. Literally less than a month ago by a couple days. Disappointing. I mean, think about that, man. From the highs, the euphoria we saw just before Christmas, down almost 16% in a month. Disappointing. Apple, lowest levels of 2026. Lowest level seen since October. Shoot, man. Intraday, lowest price since September 19th. Gosh, dang, man. It's cool to see a little structure up here. The 1272, they hit that and just retrace. And yeah, you're looking 200 moving average and then 234 to 237. These are some great areas. That'd be a great area to be assessing. There could be, like, depending on what happens, right? Like they overshoot it, they recapture it, they reconfirm it, maybe a couple times. That might be a good spot to think about risk management. That's one spot. But also, if things get bad, there are deeper retraces where the same thing. You could be looking in the 200 teens. And if things get extremely bad, then you'd be looking for 200, 196, 198. So yeah, you're just correcting now after a run that lasted from, I mean, April of last year all the way to December. You're just now pulling back. You're retracing. So how bad? How bad's the retrace? The retrace so far from the April low to the highest high of December, you're approaching a 38% retrace. So that's a pretty shallow, moderate retrace right now. So the golden zone begins at the 382. I think a more reasonable area is the 618 at 214, 215.
Vincent LaChapelle 7432 super chatted $50.30. Consistency is the key.
You hear that, Wits? He was talking to you, not me. He was saying, Wits, consistency. If you want to be king, you must be more consistent than Vincent, man. Thank you so much for the 316.15 on the week and the reclaimed weekly top super chat, Jesus. Thank you, dude. I don't know what Wits gonna do, man. It might be over for Wits. Chat, what do y'all think? Is Wits gonna be okay? Is he done? Thank you, dude. Thank you, Vincent, man. And Wits. Thank y'all both. So yeah, that's Apple. Oof. Amazon down 3.4 something percent. What a route in the past week. Back below 232.50. Kind of pathetic. I mean, hopefully they can put in another higher low, but it is just like, let's wait and see. You're starting to show negative momentum now for the first time since December 22nd, about a month. And you're at 45 on the RSI, and you've lost the key level. So just probably better to just wait and chill out for a second. Like, let's see how deep this goes, man. Like, if they start rallying this thing tomorrow, like, you got to be careful. Like, remember what we try to do here? We're trying to identify structures that have been in development for possibly months, if we can help it, on very significant time scales. And we're looking to identify the structures that are at the conclusion of their development, not like, hey bro, we just saw all-time highs or near all-time highs and we're like dumping pretty bad, man. Lowest level we've seen in like months, and you know, like, and there's no structure. It's just impulsing down. That's not what we do here. You know, we're not trying to like every day. We're just looking at the Mag 7, the market drivers. These are major culprits in why the overall markets are selling off. Look how bad this is, man. Look how bad. This was an area where we discussed, hey man, maybe at 600 we got a chance, but still I'm going to be patient. I don't care if it's hitting 600. You're in a long-term downtrend of the breakaway gap. It's all parabolic. Yeah, sure. So what does that mean? Oh my God. Oh my God.
I have some evidence Man Bear Pig could be in this area.
Hype in the chat!
Wits, man. Are you kidding me?
Firepower is key too.
Uh-oh. Vincent, I don't know if Vincent, that might have been a final blow. I don't know.
Can we have a look at SMCI?
Paxo, we got $20 minimum request, but maybe we can. Thank you, dude. Oh, my music stopped. It's weird. Holy crap. Can we freaking go with Wits, man? Wits is now the new reclaimed weekly top super chat, Jesus. Firepower is key. Yeah, that was an F1 bomber right there. Or what is it? B-52 bomber. Sorry. Holy crap. So yeah, we are at a key level with Vincent 600 on Facebook, or Meta, which they've completely scrapped their Meta. What is it? Meta Vision or whatever it's called. Their metaverse investment. Big waste of money. Remember pictures of potatoes with VR goggles isn't profitable? They learned. They could have hired me and I told them that, but it was all about it's just crazy, right? They changed their name to Meta Platforms because they FOMO'd. Their entire ethos FOMO'd, feared of missing out of the 2021 NFT bubble, Decentraland bubble. That's so crazy to me. They'd still be Facebook if it wasn't for that run up, that crazy NFT, Ethereum, Solana bubble. Wow. So yeah, if you lose 600, my God, man, you're probably targeting for 523, 531 at this point. So it's a wait and see situation. You're at support. I would just be very cautious. You had a death cross early December. Yikes. Google, the most incredible of the 7 for sure in terms of performance. Still above the 50 simple moving average. Incredible. Down 2.42%, down 0.62% after hours. Excuse me, I'm burping. Just again, there's nothing to do here. there's actually bearish divergence. Like oh man, that's some nasty bearish divergence, dude. It's like every time they're making all-time highs, they're making lower levels in overbought territory. So to me, it's just like you're asking for a bigger drawdown at some point, a more meaningful pullback. And 1, 2, 3 rule of 3, why not now? But in any way, I'm not looking to be around when it does go through a deeper retrace from it. Guess what? Major discernible swing low is going to be from April. So remember, you're exceeding the 2618. You're in la la land. You're at the highest premium you could ever dream of. You have the most limited upside here because it's so high. And look, from the lowest point to the highest point, a 23% retrace is 294. Think about your golden zone on Google. Just a common moderate retrace between 218 and 265. That's common. You want a deep retrace? 786, 189, and 886, 165. I'm just saying, right? Relatively speaking, you are in crazy land. So for a swing trader, value trader, there's nothing to do on this. And it's musical chairs at this point with an edge. I mean, like bearish divergence on the daily MACD histogram as well. A slightly higher high, not much higher, with the significantly lower levels of momentum. And you have divergence on your volume. Your volume literally is diverging. And yes, divergence exists on volume. Look, your all-time high, and look, your slightly higher high. So you got a trifecta here of divergencies. So it's just like, yeah, it could keep going, man, but you're really pushing your luck, dude. You know, like the house has the edge on you right now, looking at all this divergence. So you're almost asking to get wrecked, to be like trying to take fresh longs here or something like that. Just Microsoft down 1.16%, actually the best performing of the Mag 7 due to the fact that it's been the second worst performing under Meta for a minute now, and it's the only one I think that saw prices not seen since May of 2025. And the problem is a swing high from December of 2024, an old all-time high. Oh no, not an all-time. Sorry, it was just a major peak from 2024. What'd they do? They gapped it down, and they rallied it, and they formally back tested what was once an old resistance as resistance again, and traders settled up confirming that level is resistance. That's it. It was so pathetic they couldn't even fill the gap at 459.79 when they could have. They didn't. They couldn't. They wouldn't. It would, but it won't. It shorn't. I don't know. Yeah, it's bad, dude. Bad trend, but beautiful price action analysis that what was identified is resolving beautifully. That's what it's about here. That's what this channel's about, man. Price action, identification, and what it represents. The slightly lower highs, the inability from buyers to test resistance support as they had just done locally, the bearish wave structure, the X, the A, the B, the C, the D wave continuing. So if it's real, my God, I mean, 447, 441, but a hard target of 430. And guess what? On the weekly, the tower of Badadur continues to grow. Sauron consolidating his power here. There it is. The Urukai. A little bit lower, man. And you got to love how the tower of Badadur began its development at the golden mean ratio from the previous all-time high to the correction low. That's what I'm talking about. That's dream status. That's what these Fibonacci extensions are for. Yes. The 1618 was the top. Yes, it was for now. So from the top of Badadur to where we are now, Microsoft down 18% in 85 days. Yikes. Yeah. Nothing like some of these scam coins, dude, going down 80% in 5 days. What? Okay. Well, silver's approaching $95 or cents away. Oops, pennies away, excuse me. Okay, that's your Mag 7. I just wanted to look at it and to show you, holy crap, the state of the market drivers, where there was beautiful brimming opportunity last year, summer of last year. Remember the Tesla trade? the Google trade was the trade of the year up until silver came in. The Silver Dragon. Here it is. Highs of day. $95+ on silver. Look at the daily MACD histogram. You have not seen a negative histogram wick since November 25th. And the trade setup posted on like the 23rd or 24th. Unbelievable, dude. Oh, wow. Just hanging around, pulling a Beetlejuice above $95 now. Up 0.5%. Doesn't even matter. Like, when will we see $100 silver, chat? Answer me that. When? And as I'm saying, like, we got 95.05 on silver. Look above my head on Bitcoin. On the new day, the new 4-hour candle. Already looking like, does it want to puke already? Already, dude. Your futures, your NASDAQ, S&P futures are flat right now. Still not up or down. Up 0.00%. Okay. So we got, we didn't look at URA, which is a big winner IMO. Like, it's what a good start, an incredible start to the trade setup for Patreon Citadel members. Me, it got ahead of itself today, hit 55.80 and pulled back because the macro was awful. But eventually targeting $63 to $66. I'd be patience, wouldn't worry about it. Hang tight. Commodities, man. Commodities. Rocks. We love rocks. The VIX, the volatility index, highest level seen since November 25th. That was a huge, huge day. I'm sorry. The VIX today, I don't know why it says that. It's so, what's going on? The VIX today apparently was up. What is going on? I didn't look at the VIX all day today because I'm looking at it and it says 6.64% up. And I'm now at the chart looking at it with you. It's up 26.5% apparently. What is going on? Does anyone else know what I'm talking about? Is this right or wrong? Does your watch list on the VIX say it's up 26+%? Because I'd have been all over that. I'd have been like pinging everyone and talking about it. What does it look like for y'all? For real. Let me know. That's notable, man. Indeed. Baby Genius says 6.64%. Well, dude, but go to it. Go to your VIX chart and show me I'm not crazy here where it says 26.5%. Yeah, Vortex Capital, there you go. See? It's broken as F. Yeah, like I've never seen this before, I don't think. Maybe it's so dysfunctional. Maybe they're trolling. Yeah. But everyone who's saying 6.64%, go to the actual chart right now and tell me what it did today on the day. 20. It was on Friday, it was 15.6. And now it's 20.08. Yeah, there you go. See, chat. It was they knew that we wouldn't look at it unless it was crazy, because it looked just like, oh, it's like 6%. That's not a big deal. I'm not gonna look at that. But that's actually huge. Yeah, yields are going insane. The bond market is collapsing. At least it's down on the new day, down 1.5%, but meh. There's Bitcoin, chat. Lows of day. Lows of new 4-hour candle. All right. DXY took it on the chin. The US dollar currency index dumped pretty hard. What was it down? It was down 0.5%. So I wonder if that'll continue. Man, it'd be great for metals to see this continue to sell off. Fell back below the 200-day simple moving average and closed below it. And you do have, unfortunately, well, depends who you are, You do now have forms of hidden bearish divergence. Hidden bearish divergence. You have a high on price, and then you have a lower high on price with substantially higher levels of positive momentum. See that high and then the lower high? That is implying a continuation downward, impending downward continuation. So not great there, the DXY, the oscillator at least, and not on the RSI. It's just on the MACD histogram. So, I'd believe it. It's all this Greenland stuff. VIX up 34% in 5 days. Wow, that's someone notified in Discord. Okay, yeah, sorry, must have missed it. So Joshua, Beanie Babies, they saved the world if you actually owned some prized, discontinued Beanie Babies, select Beanie Babies from the 1990s. Yes, they did save the world. If you're talking about crypto, no, they did not. They did nothing. They were a net. Crypto has been quantifiably, empirically, crypto has been a net negative on human civilization so far. Now, what I mean by that is not maybe the blockchain technology, which is turning out to be a revolutionary breakthrough and how we are soon going to be trading traditional markets. What is it, the DTCC, NASDAQ, New York Stock Exchange? They're pending regulatory approval. Quite possibly this year, we will have tokenized assets that can be traded any day of the week, any hour of the day. And so that is my crypto. So my blockchain, that is, so the world, like the crypto world as we know it, failed. Okay, my Pundi coin, my ZRX token, my VeChain, that all failed, dude. Not gonna work. But the technology, the tokenization aspect that it all ran on is getting adopted completely. So it's like my blockchain is melting into the real world, which I think is great. But the problem is it renders my crypto superfluous. Like there's no more need for 36 million scam coins now that trade 24/7. No one's going to trade them. I think liquidity will be even more far gone. I could just trade Nvidia on Saturday at 6 p.m. Shoot, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to buy Pundi coin, dude. Sorry. Nope. So we're watching the changing of the seasons, okay? And what we thought was going to be, oh, everyone's going to come to Bitcoin. Everyone's going to come to crypto and adopt what we're already here, dude. No. It's the other way around. Like the crypto bros are going to have to go to the traditional markets and become assimilated, absorbed like the Borg. I mean, that's virtually what Wall Street did. They pulled a Borg on crypto. They're just completely absorbing it and all its good qualities without the bad. Okay. So it's going to be like the stock market's going to be like a regulated crypto market, but for real assets. Pretty cool. I'm sure that'll be fun to participate in, I think. All right. Yeah, maybe so, G-Dog, man. No, same people are going to run it, own it, you know. Gold went down for 20 years. Okay. Well, most cryptos haven't been around for 10 years.
From
and
a love
they've
of the game perspective,
never done anything but go to all-time lows. Quinn, I think it's 1777. Love of the game. Last night's championship game. I think Mendoza, Heisman Trophy winner, showed his heart and won that game with sheer willpower, special teams, punt blocks. Carson Beck showed exactly who he was. A guy with no class, a choke artist. Texted my dad. My dad said, the game's in Beck's hands now. And I texted him back, history shows he will choke. And what was the last play of the game? Him underthrowing a ball, interception. Done that how many times in his football career? His 9 years of playing football? Yeah, it's over now. And then he didn't shake hands with Mendoza after losing. And then one of the Miami players threw a punch at someone like in their face, like without their helmet on, like crazy. So the right team won, right? The team with class, with the best coach won. Both coaches were Nick Saban disciples, by the way. So it's kind of like Alabama won, was going to win that game no matter what. So roll tide. But I'm just kidding. Here you go, corner man. That's it. It is time. Recession indicator. What, for your name to happen from a recession? How is silver at 90? It's just hanging. It's like, yeah, dude, we're at highs of day again on silver. Find me another chart looking like this right now. Nothing. Not even gold this insane. Trillions inbound. Do you go short on gold? No. Dude, you have to have, just because an asset's going insane, you have to have an extremely good argument via technical analysis. And people that have participated in this community for a long time now know what that means. Like, you have to have a lot. You have to have possibly, oh look, a huge extension pattern, harmonic extension pattern, going to a 1618. Then there's a type 1 reaction, then a type 2 return. And on the type 2 return, there's a form of confirmation there. And then a failure from buyers, right? Like they reject that price with a big red candle, and there's bearish divergence on the type 2 returns confirmation high. Like, that is an argument. That take, like that structure into like from the beginning to the end, 223 days to be able to say, you might have a chance here, at least to go cash. If not, if you weren't going to short it, you could go cash. That 200 plus days, that's an argument for possibly shorting or exiting. If that makes sense. That's technicals. Gold, it's like going long. It doesn't make any sense. Like, if you did it, you're flipping a coin. You're hoping to God it just pulls back. There's no forms of confirmation. There's no harmonics. It's in price discovery at all-time highs. It's overbought. The momentum is extremely good here. There's no argument via technical analysis. And I'm talking about the framework where you have actual edge, an increased probability of a drawdown. You don't have that. Look at the elevated volume since Christmas. It's insane. Anyway. That's not true, man. It's just not true. When Bitcoin's pumping, I have only good things to say. That's not true. You're not being genuine. Okay. The whole time I've been here, I've said, just remember, this could go to 99K, 100K, 104K, and it's still in a bad trend. It's still bearish consolidation day after day. You aren't watching the streams. You're just talking out your butt. Like, you're not like saying anything that's accurate. But when it's down, you claim it's over. It's not over for Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes to 73K, it's not over. You know what is over? You owning crypto, not Bitcoin. You owning crypto for the past couple of years, few years, 3, 4, 5 years. It's over for you because you haven't made any money owning those assets long term. While inflation has never stopped. The cost of goods and services in the world has not stopped going up. While gold goes up and a bunch of different Mag 7s have gone to all-time highs over all these years of appreciated value a lot. So it is over for you if you are a crypto bro and you held on to those assets for years. You lost. Opportunity cost killed you. But yeah, Bitcoin going to 73K doesn't mean it's over. Bitcoin going to 99K does not mean you're in a bull trend. Bearish consolidation structure after a long extended impulse down. Like, how many times am I going on stream talking about 2022? Remember, it's just like this. We're here. X marks the spot. You might just be ending it sooner. Almost every stream, when we look at the bear flag, we're looking at this too. So, yeah, you're just trolling, dude. It's cool. Whatever. Okay. I think we had a couple requests, man. Check it out. Let's check it out, man. PBR for Vincent, man. PBR. Australia, Brazil. That's right, dude. I remember this one. Well, now we've been here before. It did things. It's been a while.
I've been digging for gold my entire life.
That's why your fingers are sticky or stinky. Yeah, all you do is wash your hands, and then they're not stinky anymore. Thank you so much, dude, for the 420. Is that a joint? The Brazilian, yeah. I mean, like, it's been uptrending. Our highs, our lows, but so my issue is, like, look, dude, we can look at an asset any day, and it can be even in an uptrend and a good trend, but just the issue is, like, you want to long assets that are trading and correlating to inflection points, like, and it's undeniable. Like, there's no question about it. Like, you just aren't doing that right here. Low to high. See, what you would want is you would want this to mark down. You would want something like this to happen, because then all of a sudden you're at an 88% retrace from the previous low to high. And it's also confluent with a support resistance, a support in 2014, resistance in 2015. I mean, you can see in 2020 a test, and that's what reversed before in 2021 and 2023. So, like, that's just like the level to be sizing it up. And then you probably want this, and you want like a confirmation low. And then all of a sudden, you know what you have? On Brazilian, you got a bullish bat pattern, you get a type 2 return, you get a confirmation low, then all of a sudden your oscillators probably look amazing. You probably got oversold on one of the time scales. Like, you just want the predictable patterns. You want the same thing over and over and over again. If it's there, boom, we got a shot. We're at key levels. It's extremely easy to set up a stop loss, and you take on minimal losses. If it fails, you wouldn't want to own it below $10 probably. And if it did succeed, you have maximum upside potential. You just don't have any of that right now. It's just too early. And that's it, man. So it's just like, but it doesn't mean, though, right? It doesn't mean that it can't pump from here. It can. It's just like where you set your entry, where you set your stop loss. If you want to set a stop loss here, I mean, like, I guess you could put it below 1139. Put it below 1139. Yeah, that's the best I could tell you. And let it ride if you want. But yeah, the better entry would be the deep value perceived area, the 88% retrace and 88% sale, confluent with a horizontal line, support resistance at 1025, $10. Okay, so below the 200-week moving average still. It just seems like almost an incomplete wave, and you get one more wave down, then we're talking. All right, sorry, man. I don't know if that makes sense to you at all, dude. Maybe not. But why is silver at 95.27 right now? Chat, anyone got an answer for me? My music stopped. Okay, I need another request. It was STLA for Chris Nelson, man. STLA. Chris might be dyslexic. He wanted oh, this is Stellantis. Ah, Jeep, right? Oh my God, it's not good, man. Very, very bad, boys. Very bad. I even have that sound. Yep, I got
Very
it.
bad, boys. Very bad.
And by the way, chat, platinum alert. We got to go to platinum real quick, and we'll come back to Stellantis. But we have breaking news, kind of. Breaking news. Platinum chat. It might be time. I'm just being real here. Gold all-time high, 2008. Look what's happening right now. Gold all-time highs. Platinum starting to run. I mean, it's only at 0.67%, but it's at the highs of the week, the new week. They break this $2,500 level, 2,750, 3K, 3,300. This is not done what silver's done or gold's done. This would be next. This and palladium look like they're ready to do it on the daily. And you heard it here. You heard it here, man. Look what they're doing. Look at the correlation. All support. Been a friggin' support since January 7th. Every time. And look at you. Getting ready to just possibly, maybe, do this. I'm here just telling you. I know you want to own Pundy Coin. I know you're obsessed with Dogecoin and Shiba Coin and Bone Coin and all that garbage. But one day I'll get through to your brain. One day. Silver 95.40, closing in on all-time highs. You're only like 25 cents away from an all-time high or less. Good God. Okay, platinum chat. Please pay attention to what's happening. Stellantis. It's bad, dude. It's real bad. You wouldn't want to touch this with a 10-foot pole. It's like Bitcoin almost and Ethereum. It's like bearish consolidation. And look at your bearish. Look how real this is. $11, $11.57. I mean, this goes back to 2015. Resistance reversal. Look what happened. The consequences of rejecting that area. You have a $6 target. $6 target. Support is flipped to resistance. Here, I'll plot it for you. The zone. It's just an inflection zone that's been rejected as resistance in an extremely bearish trend. This is very bad. I mean, it's almost like it might rally again, dude. They could do this. Oh my God, they could do that. But at one point, you're going to get a $6 Stellantis. Okay. At some point. I don't know when. It's like you're not at a good spot for a fresh short because the fresh short area is close to 1157. Now you're at a support. So anytime you go short at support, that's dumb. That's like higher risk. But at some point, even after a relief rally, you're going to put in a lower high and you're going to roll over, and $6 is your target eventually on Stellantis. It might take literally 6 months, but that's where I'd be targeting. This thing is cooked, man. And that's all I got to say about that. Okay. Thank you, dude. Chris. Was it Chris? Yeah, Chris Nelson, man. Thank you, dude. Oh, hold on. Let's see. Weston, sorry, man. I don't know. It didn't play. I'll replay it for you. The TTS. Here you go.
Your rant on Sunday night helped me make the decision to dump all the shit I had been holding on Coinbase for a while. I now have some decent cash to put into real assets. Thank you for the motivation.
Weston, thanks so much for the 10. Was that a super chat? No, just for the contribution, dude. Thanks so much. Look, man, I don't get pleasure out of identifying a bearish trend, bearish price action, bearish everything. I want crypto to be in an uptrend. I want to be able to go live, and I've got 2,000 viewers because the crypto market's crazy and people are obsessed with crypto because that's how it is, always has been. And you got people. All right, our Patreon has tripled, and everyone's obsessed, and they're new, and they're wide-eyed, and they're innocent. That world is over. It's not coming again. It's over. It's done. It was a lifetime generational thing. We won't get mania like that in crypto again. When Bitcoin was making all-time highs in the 120s, we weren't even at 25% of the hype in the mania we were getting in 2021. Not even close. I mean, not even close, dude. You don't even understand that world that people romanticize, and they think, oh man, I can't wait for that altcoin market, that altcoin bull market to return. You have to think about how much fraud was going on, how much excess liquidity existed in the system at the time. It will most likely never happen again because you can't ever say anything certain. But it was a 1929 1920s FOMO mania bubble for crypto. You're not getting it again. That was legit. Crypto was on steroids. Sorry, dude. Your liver's failing. You can't do crypto steroids again. Oh, okay, well, I won't. So it's just you're witnessing crypto in a normal market, and it's been garbage ever since 2021. It's been garbage. Bitcoin, everything else, virtually. I mean, Binance Coin, because they're scamming everybody, right? They're liquidating everyone. Great, all-time highs. But like XRP, come on, man. Like everyone was hyped about. Oh, it barely made a new all-time high from 2018. What? Barely. And look at it now. Did it twice and it's cooked. Anyway, man. So that, thank you, dude. I don't get pleasure out of it, but it's just like nothing good. Like outside of just the technology of tokenization, nothing good has really come from crypto. Too much. I loved NFTs, but of course, fraudulent losers like ruined it. Like NFTs were so nice and we used it in its purest form, just like we're using the internet right now as a e-learning platform. I'm just live here to try to help you on your trading journey, educational tool, right? NFTs, 100% crowdsourced community, 8 years now. But during the NFT mania, all we did, I had my graphics guy bring my visions to life in really fun, unique ways. And instead of just tipping me on stream, like, oh, $100, here's $20, here's $30, we made NFTs that conceptualized the culture of this community. It was so special, collectibles. And then while we were doing that, just having a good time, you were supporting me, but you were getting like a cool piece of digital art in the process. People were like, $1 million on a Bumblebee coin, and oh my God, let's rug pull everybody and take everybody's life savings and destroy their lives and hurt people. And it's like, and then the market died, and it's like, this is why we can't have nice things, because like humans just find ways to commit fraud in this space. It's so unregulated. No, and now you have the leader of the free world who committed, come on, man, like Trump coin, Melania coin. Let's be real. Like that was the beginning of the end of this cycle. That was it. Well, Hawk 2 at first, then Trump and Melania coin after. It was the double top, right? Hawk 2 at top, Trump, Melania top, I think. But that's why this space is dead, man. Like, it doesn't even matter if there was a good idea, because it is now the boy who cried 36 million wolves. My project, 36 million times. We're done. We don't care. No one cares anymore if your project's going to save the world or cure cancer or not. Decentralized cancer cure. Doesn't matter. I will not listen to you. Ears up. Scam. You sound like every other scam that's rug pulled everyone. Yep. That's crypto, man. So the heart and soul of this community has always been traditional technical analysis. We tolerated crypto. We tried to apply traditional technical analysis to a very untraditional market. But then we saw October 10th, the culmination, I believe, of the manifestation of the fraud. When CZ and Binance rug pulled millions of accounts. Millions. Over 2 million people were liquidated. And we're talking long-standing members that were responsible with their positions, their stop losses. They shut it all down that day. They said, oh, it doesn't matter if you have a stop loss. It doesn't matter if you have 2-time leverage cross on your account and you have unlimited money to if you get a margin call. None of it worked, man. They shut it all down. And then on the scammier side, if you had capital ready for that crash, they didn't let you buy. I tried. I was ready. They shut it all down, man. It was the biggest fraud, quite possibly, I've ever seen in real time. I've never seen fraud like that. And Trump pardoned that guy, that whole exchange. And it's like, they killed the market. Like, I want the market to be dead now after that. Screw it. I'll just own metals. I'll just lever up on metals and make 7 figures in weeks. Yeah. At least I don't have to worry about rug pulls. Okay. So anyway. Holy chat. We got metals doing things, of course, again. I got my my silver chain on because all-time highs. We got our gold chain on because all-time highs. We got the two-tone with gold because gold all-time highs. And we're just going to continue to see where this goes. The inelastic buyers are not done purchasing their silver, I guess. And it's like, will we see 100 before the week's end? It may be, but we can't say for certain. There are unfilled gaps. There's one at 80 and there's like one at 90. So I just went on a rant, man, but it had to be said. It had to be said. I think you understand what I'm talking about. No, I didn't look at PLG. PLG pulled back. It could pull back more, but I'm thinking PLG, man. You just be patient. Dollar cost average. I think it's going way higher. That's all I can tell you, dude. DCA. Yeah, palladium, $2,300 plus in time. Najee, I told you already about if you're short on gold, it's the dumbest thing ever. Like, it's so stupid why you have no argument. You have no argument via technical analysis to be short on gold. Therefore, you should lose money. Like, if you're going short or long on an asset without any sort of strategy, and at the same time, you're also shorting an asset in a generational bull run, yeah, you deserve to lose money. Like, hardcore. Like, you should lose money. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll let y'all go. Been a good stream. I know I'm starting to get really hungry here, so I'll be back. Thanks again, Vincent and Wits, man. Y'all killed it today with the support. Very grateful. If you can out there, hit that sub button a few times if you haven't. We're about to be at 78,000 subs, so I think we're like 2-3 subs away. So I want to get that done, man. Let's get to 78K. All right. Get your grandma's account. All right. Get grandma to sub to Mitre TA. Hype in the chat. So I'll be back. Till next time. Respect the T. Hey.